Welcome, welcome everybody on Facebook. Give me 1 second. How are you? Sorry I'm late. I'm still trying to get myself together. Give me 1 second. Trying to put, is that better? I'm trying to put my ring light on. Let me start the other platforms. And we're live on Instagram. And we are now live on my Allison Vaughn page on Facebook. So I'm sorry I'm late, everybody. It is Sunday night. It is 11 after 8. And I am just getting myself, literally running here to get myself together. So how is everybody? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Let me know if the light is okay, because it looks a little dark to me on my screen on my phone, but I don't know if that's just me. So if the lighting is not okay, would you let me know? So welcome everyone. How is everybody? So I'm telling you, when I say I'm just scrambling to get myself together, today has been a crazy day. A little while ago, I don't know, about 4 o'clock, the fire, the smoke detector, the fire piece of it, fire alarm just started going off throughout the whole house, and we could not figure out how to get it stopped. There was nothing cooking in the house, so there was no reason for it to go off. And you know those alarms, if you have like the alarm systems, they are so loud. So the alarm is going off, and through every smoke detector it's just screaming fire, fire, fire. And we could not make it stop. So it took us, I don't know, at least a good 20 minutes before it stopped going off. Sorry, I didn't even grab a excuse me. I didn't grab a glass of water. I need a glass of water. So that happened, and then the good thing that just happened is my prayer partner. Now, those of you that watch me when I do topics other than hair, she, I think, was the last guest I had on with me. She's my prayer partner, and she lives on the West Coast, and she happens to be in town. And so she just surprised me like 20 minutes ago and did a drive by my house. So I ran outside to greet her and say hello. I haven't seen her literally since the 80s, since we were in high school. And so it was so nice to get a chance to see her. So I ran outside to see her, and I had not set up the ring light and the cameras and everything because I was getting my hair braided. So I am so behind. I am not together at all for tonight. And then I come out in a shirt, and I just, on the camera, to me, I just looked humongous. And so I ran in the back. I was like, I can't go on looking like this. I look like 500 pounds. So I grabbed another shirt, and I hope it looks okay. But all of that said, I think, are there like an award show on tonight? I think there's an award show on. I saw somebody put a comment up about people winning or not winning awards tonight. So I think there might be like the Oscars or something on tonight. But anyway, for those of you that are with me tonight, welcome. For those of you that watch the replay, welcome. So I am not going to be titling this part 4 of my journey with the trichologist, because I didn't get to the trichologist this weekend. So it was my intention to have an appointment with her this weekend and get my hair washed, deep conditioned, blowed out, and then get a light curl again. But I wasn't able to get there, so I washed it myself. And we're going to talk about that. And then at the last minute, I just asked my daughter to put some cornrows in the front for me. So y'all let me know what you think about this style. I'm really loving it. And the back of my hair is wet. I just had to put some water on it after she finished braiding the front. But I'm really kind of liking this, you guys. So you let me know your opinion. My daughter just said to me, she said, I think I like this the best out of every style that I've done on you so far. And I think I agree. I like this. So I have the braids pinned back. She didn't braid them all the way down to the end. So I have them pulled back just in a barrette. And I think what I'll do tomorrow is take it out and like wear the whole thing out and try to get some pictures if I can get outside and the weather is nice. But y'all give me some feedback. Let me know what you think about the front. I think the design is very cute. So I'm very happy with it. So yesterday was wash day. And what did I do yesterday? I used my steamer, y'all, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The steamer was great. And I did something new. Welcome on Facebook. You guys, wait, send a comment or something. Let me know who's with me. Yeah, so yesterday was wash day. I tried something new. I tried a tea rinse yesterday, which I have never done a rinse with tea. You guys know I've done the rice water rinse and I've done all sort of Ayurvedic masks, but I've actually never brewed tea and used that as a rinse. And so I did that for the first time yesterday, and I think that's going to be something that I start to include in my regimen now. I'm going to try different teas. So what did I do for wash day? Let me just back up just to kind of recap. This isn't going to be about the trichologist, like I said, but you know that she had ordered a long list of blood work for me to do. So I did make it to the lab this week and I did get my blood drawn. So hopefully this week, one day this week, the results will come back and I will be able to get those results over to her so that she can start analyzing the test to see where my hormones are, where my thyroid levels are, etc. Hey, hey Trina, how are you? So yeah, so if I can get all of the results, I'm not liking the cameras, y'all. I ran out here so quick, I didn't really get a chance to check the setup. So I'm not liking the position of the cameras tonight, but we have to roll with it because this is what it is. So I got the blood work done. Hopefully she'll have the test back in the middle of this week and she can start analyzing them. And then in the next week or two, I will go back to her and we can start to review the test. Now, I was supposed to have an appointment with my dermatologist tomorrow, but that had to get pushed back, which works because now by the time I have the appointment with the dermatologist, I will have the blood work for her when I go to the appointment rather than having the appointment and having to wait for her to order the tests and then get the results. So when I get into her office, we can talk about the results and where I stand, and I will have them for the trichologist. So everything happens for a reason. It all worked out well. I think the timing will be great. So when I get the blood work back and get those appointments going, then I will pick up with episode 4 in the journey with the trichologist. But for tonight, I'm just going to recap quickly what I did for wash day because I liked it. I'm going to tell you guys about it. And I was thinking maybe next week, maybe I will demo the hair steamer for you. Maybe I'll have wash day on Sunday. And when I put the conditioner in, I will, steam it for you live, because I actually really, and I meant to bring it out here with me, you guys, but I showed it once before, but for the new people, I wanted to bring it out so you can see what the steamer looks like. But I'm thinking maybe next week we'll just do a demo of it. So yesterday for wash day, I used my normal shampoos that I've been using, which are one of my favorites, this Design Essentials, and this is the Honey Cream Moisture Retention Super Detangling Conditioning Shampoo. I really like this. So I used this yesterday, and I pair it, I don't know where the other one is. I pair it with another shampoo from Design Essentials, a different line. It's called like a hair bath, a silk press hair bath, something like that. But the two of them together, I think, work beautifully. So I washed my hair with that. And I gave myself a nettle leaf tea rinse. So my trichologist had recommended to me that I start consuming nettle tea, right? And so I called myself ordering this nettle tea from Amazon, and I thought I was getting tea bags. Little do I know, I didn't even check the website to see whether I clicked on the wrong thing or whether they sent me the wrong thing. But anyway, I ended up with this super, you see how big this is? This super duper big bag of, it's loose. These are not tea bags. This is loose nettle tea leaves. So I have been drinking this for about a week now, and I just put this in the pot. You boil the water, you put the tea leaves in it, you let it steep, you strain it, and you drink it. And so yesterday I made some of this to use in my hair as a rinse. And so we're going to talk about teas tonight. I should not be too long. I'm not going to go through all of the different herbs that you can use, or teas rather, that you can use in your hair. I'll go through a couple of them and then we'll pick up with some of them. Hi, Kimberly. We'll pick up with some more next week. All right. So this is going to be my new thing that I'm going to test out. I'm going to start using teas and rice water. I think I'll alternate between like a tea and rice water, and I started doing some research on combining teas with rice water, and so I'm not done my research on that, but people have done it. They do like the results, and I'm really kind of reading testimonials about people and how their experience has been with tea and rice water and the rate of growth and the thickness and things like that. So I want to do a little bit more research on that, but yesterday I did use the nettle leaf. I thought it was totally fine. And then I followed it up with, and I don't have it out here, I used my, from this line, Apogee, the Curlific. They have a texture treatment that I like. I really like how it defines your curls, and it has a nice smell, a nice fragrance to it. So I used the texture treatment yesterday, and I steamed it in my hair. Now, you guys know, and I showed you last week the damage on the ends of my hair that I have left that still has to get cut out. Can I tell you something? So I steamed my hair. I actually steamed my hair twice yesterday. Now, I don't know whether that makes a whole lot of sense to anybody, but I actually did. I steamed it twice throughout wash day. Now, this is the first time I can honestly say that during wash day, I did not pick up the scissors, nor was I tempted to pick up the scissors out of frustration to cut the damaged parts off. Now, when I went to the trichologist after she gave me the scalp detox, I did get a normal service. She washed and conditioned my hair. She cut it, and that's when she blew it out and pressed it. So I did have some of the ends cut off, but as I showed you guys, I still have a good 1.5 inches of damaged ends left that need to go. And this section right here really is the worst. This has more damage than anything else. But I don't know whether to say that it was the steamer in combination rather with the treatment that I gave myself. But when I was done yesterday, I can tell you, and it didn't dawn on me at first, but when I was done, I said, wow, this is the first time I was not tempted to pick up the scissors and just cut my hair. And so I said, you know what? Maybe the steaming works, maybe the tea works, or the Apogee. I'm not really sure what I can attribute it to, but I said, if it keeps up like this, if I can keep dealing with it without the frustration, I'm actually going to let it grow out a good 4 months before I cut it again. And I'm going to let the trichologist cut it, since, like I said, she is a licensed beautician. I will let her cut it so that I can have a professional cut on the ends. And from that point out, I think I'm just going to let it grow out for the rest of, 2021? Try to get my growth back, because I have to be very transparent and honest with you guys. I am very frustrated with the length when I look at old pictures from a year ago, and they keep popping up in my memories. And the picture that popped up in my memory today, when I looked at the length from April 2020 to where I am now, I have to be honest, I was very frustrated and really disappointed with the setback, because my hair should be that length plus 6 inches. And so to be still struggling, and my hair is, like I said, my hair is wet. I just put some curling cream in it. I didn't finger coil it too tight, but I did put some coils on the end just because I didn't want it to frizz up while I was on camera. But I am disappointed with the length. And this was a lesson for me, ladies, for those of you who are new to the journey and don't know what happened. I damaged my hair through color. I can't really say any fault of my own. It was a plant-based color. It was supposed to be all natural. This really, in my opinion, was never supposed to happen. I had been using it for years. I don't really know what went wrong, but anyway, it went terribly wrong, and it caused a tremendous setback. So anyway, back to the tea. Let's talk about the teas, because this is going to be my new thing, right? So since I suffered the clogged pores, and my trichologist has been trying to educate me about putting too much stuff on the scalp and keeping like things like, now see, I was a big person, all those masks, all those Ayurvedic masks you saw me use, and my conditioners, I'm a big person of putting that stuff on my scalp, and I am massaging it in. And so she is educating me about not taking all of those creams and massaging those into your pores. So I thought that this was a nice transition to try to find something like a tea where you just rinse it through your hair, rinse it out if you choose to, and keep it moving, that I would not suffer the clogged pores for, I don't want to suffer them again, because my plan is to go to her every 8 weeks and have her detox my scalp so nothing like that happens again. But she had suggested I use nettle tea to consume it, which I did, and now I'm investigating using tea as a rinse. So let's just talk about a couple of teas tonight. There's plenty of information on the internet about teas, but I'm going to give you some of the top ones that I found. So nettle leaf tea, and I'm going to give you the benefits of why they are good for your hair. Green tea is very good. I don't know if you know that. Black tea is supposed to be excellent. Rosemary, of course, right? Like rosemary essential oil. You hear a lot of people talk about using rosemary for hair growth and to stop the hair shedding. Sage, hibiscus, and chamomile. So the benefits of the tea rinses are overall, this is across teas, they supposedly promote hair growth, protect the hair from free radicals, promote a healthy scalp. And some of them, they say things like they protect your hair from the UV rays. So let's just go through. Okay, so promotes healthy hair growth. Green and black tea, they said, are loaded with nutrients that are really good. Those were, I think, on one of the sites, those were the top 2 for promoting hair growth. They also they're supposed to increase blood circulation to the scalp, which is what we want. Some are good for preventing hair loss and reducing the hormones that are responsible for that, again, the DHT building up, testosterone building up on the scalp, which is big. You hear when they talk about male pattern baldness, they're always talking about DHT building up on the scalp. So some of the teas are supposed to be good at preventing that. Now, something like a black tea, they say is good for someone like me who is trying to dye the hair black and tone down the gray. So I'm interested in that. So they say it's some of them are good for like a natural hair dye. The 2 that in particular that they mentioned for that, for gray hair, for darkening gray hair, are black tea and hibiscus. Now, I've never purchased hibiscus tea in my life, but I am actually going to look into it now. I will purchase that. Some of them are supposed to actually be moisturizing for the hair, which I'm not really sure that I would think of a tea as a moisturizer, but that's what they say. And then some of them have antiseptic and antibacterial properties. Okay, so now with the teas, like I said, you put them in the pot. Now you can use tea like right out of a regular tea bag and brew it in a cup of water or 2 cups of water. Rinse it through your hair. Now some people say you can rinse them out afterwards, or you can use it as your final rinse. But if you're going to rinse it out, leave it in for like 20 to 30 minutes, they say, and then you rinse it out. I rinsed mine out and I conditioned mine because I also used my liquid henna to dye the color the front of my hair. Okay, so I wanted to rinse the tea out before I put the henna in. I didn't want any sort of interactions. Or they say you can make the tea and put it in a spray bottle and spray it on your hair throughout the course of the week. Now, I've heard, or not heard, I've watched several videos of girls who say, women who say they spray it in their hair, and I've seen some talk about this with the rice water too, that they use it as a daily moisturizer. So they're spraying it on their scalp every day. Now, I personally, I would not do that with the rice water because rice water has protein in it. And when I used rice water just even once a week after I big chopped, I had protein overload, which then caused my hair to get very hard and stiff. And I had to work at reversing that and giving myself moisturizing treatments. And, you know, that was a process to wait for my hair to recover from the protein overload. So for me, who my hair seems to be protein sensitive, there is no way that I would put rice water in my hair or on my scalp every day. I'm just not going to risk that. It's not worth it. Once a week is good for me. Or even with the rice water, the tea, I probably will do every week. Rice water, I'm thinking every other week because I don't want to suffer any more unnecessary setbacks. Okay, so again, some people say with the teas, I'm going to go back to the teas and leave the rice water alone. The teas, you can put it in your spray bottle, use it as a daily moisturizer, or you can use them on wash day. Some of the sites say it's best to use them twice a week to really get the benefit and see a change in your hair faster. I don't know that I'm going to be doing wash day twice a week, especially while I'm on this journey with the trichologist. I'm not really sure about that. So I'm probably going to leave it just my normal Friday, Saturday wash day routine, and I will incorporate the tea. Now, one thing I will do is I have learned my lesson, and my trichologist was talking to me about this, is those of you know, I try a lot of things back to back. And even when I tried this nettle tea and I started researching these other teas, in my mind, I was impressed with the qualities of the black tea. So I'm like, oh, wow, next week I'll mix the black tea with the nettle tea. And then I said, you know what, you can't do that. So my trichologist was talking to me about was try one thing at a time. Just stick with it. Give it the normal, let's say 4 to 6 weeks, see how your hair reacts, see if you see a change, then move on. So I'm going to hold off and I'm going to just use the nettle tea, which it's supposed to be good in its own right. I'll use the nettle tea for about 4 months. So I'm drinking it every day. I drink about 2 cups of nettle tea and I'll use it on wash day. All right, so let me tell you about nettle tea quickly. I have a couple of things about nettle tea up here on my right, so just bear with me. I'm just going to read it. All right, so nettle tea, it says, it's an amazing herb. It contains a ton of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. It stimulates new hair growth by increasing blood flow to the hair follicles. Nettle can block DHT. You can use nettle both topically and orally. And it says, I would encourage you to start using nettle hair rinse, which is the easiest way and to use it. And it has multiple hair benefits. So I'm doing them both simultaneously. And I think that is fine for me. Now, it does have a warning. One of these sites up here does have a warning. It says nettle also interferes with some medications. So consult your healthcare provider before taking in nettle. All right, use caution if you're taking any type of drugs for diabetes, blood thinners, high blood pressure medications, diuretics, anti-inflammatory, and NSAIDs. All right, so there's a warning that comes with nettle tea. I didn't see any warnings with any of the other teas, but as I will always say, do your own research, check out, Google it, check out websites. There's a ton of information about these things. So I'm not a licensed cosmetologist, disclaimer, not a licensed anything. I'm telling you from my experience and the research that I do, I'm sharing with you the information that I have, okay? So my first tea up is nettle tea. So let's talk about black tea quickly. So black tea says it supplies nutrients to your hair follicles. It contains caffeine. Now, I've heard people talk about the benefits of caffeine on your scalp and for hair growth and your follicles. So it says caffeine also stimulates hair follicles to grow. It's rich in polyphenols and it acts as a natural dye. So we will see about that. The next tea, which I've never used, but you see hibiscus in several hair products. I've not played with it at all, but hibiscus tea is also supposed to be good for promoting hair growth. They say it has a ton of amino acids which help produce keratin. It prevents premature graying, acts as a hair conditioner, which I like, and it soothes an itching scalp. So that's pretty good, right? And then you have green tea, which is also impressive. Green tea improves blood circulation, protects the hair from harmful UV rays, stimulates healthy hair growth, and may reduce hair loss. So these are the top, the top 4 teas in the list. I think there were 10 teas overall in one of the articles that I read today, but I decided I'll just give you like the top 4, tell you a little bit about them, and then I'm going to start incorporating the tea rinses, and we'll see what it does between me drinking it and using it in my hair. We'll see. Like I said, a lot of the videos, I watched videos on YouTube about it, and I also read articles on it. The testimonials were great for tea. So like I said, I don't want to risk clogging up my pores again. So we're going to go with this, ladies, and we're going to see what it does. I'm hoping that I will see an increased rate of growth. On my supplements, like I told you guys before, I'm changing my diet. I'm eating a lot of whole foods. I'm back in the gym. I am drinking my water. So I'm trying to do all of the right things to increase my circulation and increase the rate of growth. So we will see. I'm really interested to see what the teas will do. And at some point, honestly, I really would like to try the tea in combination with the rice water. What I'm going to do is I will do 1 week of tea and alternate that with the rice water, because I do believe in rice water. I do believe that that probably was instrumental in my great rate of growth in 2018. I think I just did, too much too quickly, and I want to learn from that lesson. So I feel like, and I also, now I talked about this, let me just say this. I learned which type of rice works best for my hair. So for my hair, by trial and error, I have figured out that my hair does much better with jasmine rice as opposed to white rice or brown rice. So I think with the jasmine rice, my hair can handle every other week. But I definitely, even with the jasmine rice, I would not do it every week. So I am going to try that. And if I start to feel like after using the rice water, maybe like 3 or 4 times, if I feel like my hair is starting to stiffen up and get a little hard from too much protein, then I'll just pull back. And I didn't really know anything when I started my journey. I didn't know anything about protein overload. I was just listening to things and researching things, and whatever people said worked, I was just jumping in and trying it. But now I know from experience, too much protein, my hair is, I'm going to call it more like on the protein sensitive side. So too much protein is not good for me. So we will see. I'm going to keep it short tonight, ladies. It's 8:40. I didn't even think I would be on here this long. But anyway, I really wanted to just come on. Like I said, I was totally running late and not settled into this broadcast tonight, but I didn't want to not come on. So does anybody have any questions? No? Comments, thoughts? No? I have I call her my destiny helper. She, how I'm always having problems with the comments and they never scroll, and then I see comments after I get off. My destiny helper, she's a pastor, and she was doing midnight prayer I wanted last night or the night before, and she had, I guess it was the night before, she had the same problem. We were on for prayer, and it wasn't until the next day I saw she put up a post, and she said, I'm really sorry. The whole time we were on, none of your comments popped up, and I could see them fine because I was sending comments myself. That I noticed that she was not commenting on anything that we were saying, and then she put up a post the next day saying none of the comments appeared the whole time that we were on the live. Nothing scrolled, and she never saw anything. So I just felt better that it's not just me that has problems with the comments, that somebody else has experienced the same thing as well. All right, but ladies, if anybody is leaving a comment, I'm sorry, I am not seeing them. But when the broadcast is over, I will check for comments. If you have any comments, I will respond. As always, I try to be 100% on point with responding to the comments, all right? So I'm sorry there are no comments on any platform tonight. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not seeing them if they are there. All right, so any other questions before we go? I'm starving. I didn't even have lunch today. I haven't eaten since about 11 o'clock this morning. I'm telling you, this day just kind of really got away and got really crazy. So I'm starving. I'm going to cook my dinner when I get off of here and then settle down for the evening. All right. So since I don't see any comments, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm going to say goodnight, and I will check in with you. I'll see you next Sunday night, and just drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this hairstyle. I can't wait to do pictures with this week, with it pulled back like this and then take it out and maybe do like a big fro, like a real afro in the back, and take some pictures. So I think I might have some fun with this. I'm going to test my ring light out now that I have it. I'm going to test it out in the house and see if I can find a wall with a nice color that I can take pictures in front of. All right. So that'll give me some options. All right. So ladies, have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining. For those of you that watch the replay, thank you for all of the new followers. And my episode number one of my journey, I did boost it on Facebook, so I'm just shy of 2,000 views. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. I think I picked up about 100 new followers. So thank you to all of the new followers. I appreciate you. And check out the page. Go back, look at the old content that I have put up. And I hope you can find things that are helpful for you. And as we continue, I hope I bring you topics that interest you and are of a benefit to you. So if you have anything that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. And I will do my best to come on and cover your requests. All right. So anyway, have a good night, ladies. I will see you next Sunday, and look for some new pictures this week because I have to capture this hairstyle. I really like what my daughter did for me tonight. I appreciate it. All right. And I appreciate you. All right. Have a wonderful evening, ladies. Bye.